7.00 miles, 8 minutes, 50 seconds per mile, about 140 beats per minute today. I had a little bit of issues with my chest heart rate monitor. I was using the Wahoo ticker today. It was kind of giving me some funky readings for a little bit. So I think the average heart rate should be probably a little bit higher than that, probably a lot higher than that. But that's the number that I have for today on my treadmill run. Today I wanted to go for a treadmill run. Well, the primary reason is because there was lightning and thunderstorms out, and I didn't want to be out in that. But also the other reason being, with everything that's going on in the world, Chicago being an area where there seem to be more and more cases, like pretty much every urban area in the world is experiencing right now, I'm just not sure if I should be out there anymore. Just reevaluating kind of everything, and I just needed a day. I wanted a day to kind of see if the treadmill that's in my building was going to be an option. So for today, I thought I'd give it a shot. I've been avoiding that area because it seems like, gyms are closed for obvious reasons. So why would I go to the gym in my building, even though there's less people that might be going there, but it's even a smaller space and there's even fewer treadmills, and the treadmills are next to each other like in any other gym. But I thought I'd give it a try today. So I went down there 4:30 in the morning, figuring on a Saturday that early, no one else would be in there. And I'd probably be the first person in there since probably the last evening. Sometimes I do see people late at night, in the gym down there. So I figured there'd be like several hours for like things to calm down. When I got in there, I wiped everything down that I might touch or come in contact with. And then I went for my run. Then after that, I wiped everything down again like I normally do, but a little bit more thoroughly probably than usual. And that was it for my run. I was pretty nervous about it being in there because it's like a closed room. It's not ventilated like a gym. It's ventilated like an office, because that space used to be the building's office management before it got renovated in like 2007, I think. And so I don't think they did like a sophisticated revamp of the HVAC systems at that time. They may have. I think they did change the drop ceilings that are in there. But anyway, it's not ventilated like a gym. There's no like fans or anything like that's in there. So any air that's kind of in there is in there. It circulates to some degree, but there isn't like a window that you can open in that room. And so I was nervous breathing in there. I was nervous like my water bottle goes inside the cup holder, which I did kind of like, take the wipe and like, wipe everything down. But it's just kind of like it's sitting inside something that's in there. And then, as I'm touching the buttons and I'm touching my water bottle, I'm worried that if I've touched it and putting it in my mouth, then I'm worried about that. And then I'm also worried about like touching buttons, and I'm sweaty, and now I'm like, like wiping my face out. It's just, it made me much more nervous to run in there than anything that I've done outside. I feel like it's much riskier for me to run in there than it is to run outside. But at least I wasn't running outside. I don't know if that's any better, but I just feel like we're at like a next level, at least for me, in terms of like dealing with my new normal in this whole situation. And so I don't like it. But like I will say that the last time I went running outside, when I did that solo video, I felt great running. I felt super strong. My knee never felt better. My feet felt great. All the little things that have been bothering, because it's been such a low mileage week, felt fantastic. I felt like I could run forever. But I intentionally capped it at an hour. All my runs have been at an hour, because I don't want to overexert myself from an overall perspective. I want to make sure I'm keeping my immune system as strong as it can be. And a hard workout or a string of hard workouts can definitely make your body tired, because you're diverting a lot of energy towards the workout and also recovering. And I think that affects your immune systems. And so like that's one thing that I've been worried about. So, but even when I was out there, I felt very I had a lot of mixed feelings about it, very ambivalent. It felt great to be running out there, and I felt like this is good for me. I'm not endangering anyone. On the other hand, I was like, I might be freaking people out. I know when I made eye contact with other people, whether they're walking their dog or they're going for a run, people were like always like checking me out. Probably because I have a giant selfie stick, but also I just think that like these days everyone's kind of like, are you good? Stay in there. You're gonna keep your distance. Good. It's just weird being out there right now, even if I go out at 6:30 in the morning for a run and there's no one else out there. So it's a weird kind of situation that I'm just trying to like deal with. And then later in the day, I did try some runner's yoga. I found one online that I really liked. I'll post a link to it down below in the description in case you want to check it out too. It wasn't like a runner's strength yoga. It was more like a runner's stretch yoga. This particular YouTuber, she does a lot of stuff that's like before a run yoga, after a run yoga. And this was just like a general runner's yoga. So I picked that one. It was like 20 minutes long. And for a long while, I was like, oh, this is nice and relaxing. And then like it got a little bit harder. And then there was some core strength stuff that was in there that like really started making me sweat, because I don't have a lot of core strength. So it felt good. I felt like I got some really good stretches in there. So I ended up really enjoying it. I think I'm gonna do that some more. But I don't think like just like yoga or just runner's yoga is gonna be enough for me. I'm thinking I have really tamped down on the mileage, whether it's inside or out. I'm going to do some of the runner's yoga. And I think I need to find like a strength circuit kind of class, something that's a lot of like legs, squats, like body weight kind of stuff, but like, those 20 or 30 minute long sessions where you're really getting in there and sweating and working hard. That's different from like a yoga kind of session. So I'm going to look for that too. So that'll be like the next thing that I'll look for. And as I find stuff that I like, I'll talk about it. I'll let you guys know in case you guys want to check it out too. But that's kind of what I've been up to. I think that's going to be like the new regime. I'm used to spending like anywhere between 11 and 13 hours a week training. or just running. Even if I'm not in marathon training block, that's how much time I'm spending outside. And so this is quite a bit of a difference for me. So I'm just trying to figure it all out. That's kind of where we're at. I just hope that you guys all stay safe and are being sensible and being prudent. And the one thing that I've been thinking about is in training, we think about it all the time. It's better to be a lot undertrained than a little overtrained. And so I'm going to take kind of the same approach here, where I'm going to be, if I'm going to make an error, I'm going to err on the side of way over cautious than like kind of pushing it and being like, maybe I took a little too many risks than I needed to. So that's going to be my kind of attitude and perspective going forward. Yeah, that's kind of this stage 2 of the new normal. Before I go, I do want to talk about some wonderful things that I've seen. So there isn't a charity runner of the week this week. This week, my wife and I donated to our local food bank, and a lot of you guys donate to your local food banks as well. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm hearing a lot about what you guys have been doing to help out your family, your friends, the people that you're super close to, which is what I think we all need to be doing right now, is thinking about our local communities, the people that are really close to us. If everyone thinks that way, then globally we'll all be taken care of. But I also wanted to specifically point out 2 other very special stories. One is from Stephen DeGalen. He's been a perennial, or a weekly perennial. It's kind of a weird word, but he's been in a lot of the donations for the charity runner of the week. He and his wife donated blood, which blood is in a short supply, at least in the United States, because people aren't able to go to blood drives like they normally did. So he and his wife gave blood, which I thought was amazing. And then his daughter also went out and gave their contact information to share in case people needed some help, but also gave that in flowers to other people in their community. And so that was a nice way for them to be able to share some love in their local community. So I thought that was really just magnificent and a good way to keep the kids productive and feeling like they're able to do something in this time where it's so easy, even for adults, to feel very helpless. The other person that I wanted to recognize is every week there's been someone that's been donating anonymously as Kofuzi Run Club. That person has reached out to me, and that person has said that they have made a donation to their local food bank as well. So I wanted to thank them specifically. So if you see Kofuzi Run Club in any of the donations, in any of the subsequent weeks, or in any of the previous weeks, that's them. They're still out there doing their thing. And I wanted to thank that person very specifically. So thank you very much. You know who you are, and I appreciate everything that you're doing. So that's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Please stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.
Yo, what's going on?